Now back to our team coverage. Right now, groups of Pulse survivors and victims' families are going inside the nightclub for the very first time.
It is the only time they will be able to see inside of the nightclub nearly 3,300 days after a gunman killed 49 people. Our team coverage begins with WESH 2's Michelle Imparato anchoring live outside of Pulse tonight. Michelle.
Well, Christina and Stuart, those visits began just about an hour ago, and the city of Orlando has done what it can to protect the survivors and the victims' families as they walk inside to see what is inside that building all these years later. They do have a tent up outside, and they're shielding them actually with umbrellas as they get off of a bus and walk into the nightclub. Just hours earlier, Chopper 2 flew over the Pulse building one final time before those visits began, and the wall remains up. It is still covered in the tributes to the 49 lives that are taken, and those lives are going to be remembered this week. About 250 people are expected to visit Pulse between now and Saturday. About 120 represent roughly half of the 49 families, and an additional 70 survivors are also expected to attend and tour the building, and they can each bring someone with them. But tonight, the big story right now is the FBI breaking the news to victims' families that it is closing the investigation today. WESH 2's Nancy Alvarez is live outside of the DoubleTree Hotel in Orlando, where that meeting took place just a few hours ago. And Nancy, you spoke with some people who say that meeting didn't go well at all.
Yeah, Michelle, the level of emotion I saw out here on this sidewalk outside of this hotel really took me back 9 years to when all of this first happened. And I remember these survivors and victims' family members crying and saying they had all these questions. And that played out all over again here today, 9 years later, which is really hard to believe. Dozens of people poured out of the first round of meetings with the FBI, some in tears, others telling me they were confused, some saying they actually felt disrespected. They wanted to ask about a range of things, from safety at Pulse to allegations of blocked exits and code violations to the law enforcement response that night. Many told us those questions were either not answered or they didn't have the opportunity to even ask. Instead, they were told that once some administrative issues were complete, such as returning items the agency still has, this investigation will officially close.
They're re-victimizing us over and over again, having this meeting with us. Why are they doing this to us? To tell us, oh, we're going to return little items to us and then close the case out? Why are they doing this to us?
It's important to point out this meeting was closed to the public, it was closed to the media, but we have emailed the FBI asking for a comment on all of this reaction that we're getting from family members who say that today inside this hotel was a disaster. We'll of course let you know when we hear back. Now, to continue our coverage, WESH 2's Greg Fox has been talking with the mayor and visitors to the temporary memorial today. And Greg, this really sets the stage for big changes in all of this going forward.
You're exactly right, Nancy. When you think about it, over the course of the next year, they're going to transform what is now the temporary memorial here along Orange Avenue into what will be a full-scale construction site. And again, that will be for a permanent memorial, and it will move forward very quickly. And the mayor says the 49 angels will not be forgotten.
9 years after a gunman murdered 49 people and wounded dozens of others at Pulse nightclub, the number of days left to reflect at this temporary memorial is dwindling. 250 people, among them the loved ones of at least 25 of those killed, and roughly 70 survivors, are getting a one-time chance to go inside to see where chaos reigned for more than 3 hours on June 12, 2016. Others have decided not to visit.
We've had some survivors that their partners may have died here that said, why do I want to go there? Why do I want to see that again? And so, it again kind of runs the gamut of what people are willing to do or feel like they need to do.
Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer reminds us that the tragedy of Pulse would never be defined by the act of a demented killer.
But it would be defined by our response, and our response would be with love, compassion, and unity, especially for those families that were affected, the survivors that were affected, and we continue to support them 9 years later.
Part of that response is the $12 million permanent memorial that will replace the nightclub itself and reconstruct the property along Orange Avenue.
And then hopefully in July we'll select a design build contractor to start moving forward, and we anticipate having completion of the memorial in the summer of 27.
While some visitors say they wish the building would remain, and others insist on seeing it torn down, all agree the permanent memorial is long overdue.
And we're giving you a live look now again as you see the second shuttle bus to arrive in the past hour. And this is, of course, with people who are going in and staying at about 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes. We saw after the last bus that was here, a handful of people going then out into the plaza area out front, in front of the Pulse nightclub building, to walk around for a few minutes before then heading back to the hotel where you saw Nancy Alvarez reporting just a short while ago. Michelle, this is going to continue on for the next few days.
It certainly will, Greg. And, you know, we also saw the FBI Victim Services bring some therapy dogs along with them. They actually went into the nightclub with this group of people who you saw that was on that bus there. So they are trying to do as much as they can for these victims' families and the survivors. And as we get ready to mark 9 years since this nightclub tragedy, we just got word that Governor Ron DeSantis ordered all flags be flown at half-staff tomorrow for the remembrance. And the city of Orlando is also preparing to hold a remembrance ceremony. It will include the tolling of 49 bells and the reading of the victims' names at the First United Methodist Church of Orlando. And throughout the day tomorrow, One Blood will be holding a blood drive outside of City Hall. It's collecting donations like the ones that proved to be so critical in the hours after the attack. You can count on WESH News to be here all week long with live team coverage as the survivors and the victims' family and really our community marks 9 years since this attack.